We hit 7,500 subscribers on Monday. That is halfway to my goal of 15,000 by the end of the year. I started the year with a goal of 5,000 subscribers, and I was below 2,000 at that point. Now we're up to 7,500, thanks in large part to Justin Rhodes and to the many of you who share these videos and post them around and tell your friends. Thank you for that. Keep sharing, I really appreciate it, and really glad to have you all here. Let me tell you about our homestead here. I say our homestead, but it's not really ours. We're renting it. We were able to crash into this country basically and rent a farm that was already working. The guy that owns it is one of the hardest working guys I have ever met. He just keeps going and going and going, and he's built multiple homesteads at this point, planted probably thousands of trees, and we are reaping the benefits of all the hard work he did 5, 6, 7 years ago, putting in mangoes, putting in coconuts, leveling the ground, setting in drains, and all that sort of thing. In the future, my goal is to buy a piece of land and build another food forest like the one I had in North Florida. If you guys have watched my videos on the North Florida food forest, it's quite an operation. It took a long time to put it together. I spent 5 years on it and put in 100 or more species, and then a lot of native species started showing up, and animals started showing up, and insects and things we hadn't seen. Even the fireflies came back after a while, and there weren't very many fireflies in our neighborhood, but that tall grass and weeds I left on purpose around the edges made a place for them to come back and be happy. It was really a cool food forest, and I miss it sometimes, but I'm very excited to see what I can do with tropical agriculture down here, and we'll see, you know, if I can afford some land and get a piece and start working on it. There's a lot of bits and pieces to do, so for now I'm gardening here, and I just, you know, I'm blessed to be here, so we'll find out. In the future I do plan on building another food forest, and I will document it from the very beginning when I do. Another thing, for those of you who ask, can I send you some seeds? Can I send you a plant? Could you send me some seeds? It doesn't work that way. Going in and out international shipping of plants and seeds is difficult and often illegal, so I can't really send anything out of here, and I can't receive anything without special permits, and it's really a pain in the neck. So thank you very much for being so generous, but I can't do it. Back when I was in Florida, I used to send plants all over the country, and I would share regularly with the bits and pieces I had, from Chinese water chestnuts to chaya and Mexican sunflowers and cassava and all that stuff. I can't do that anymore. Some of you took advantage of downloading the 13 tips, tricks, and lessons link that I put in the Naughty Invasive Vegetable Pop Quiz the other day. Thank you for that. It's half off. I'll post the link again, half off to all you YouTubers. And it's not quite as crazy as some of my stuff because I was trying to be professional and do a really nice job for a big presentation when I put it together. So it's not quite as hilarious as I would normally be, but there was a ton of information in there, and there's just, you know, the stuff that worked and the stuff that didn't across my homestead. And we produced a lot of food there. We had 1,000 pounds roughly the last year that we produced, and that was with not a ton of work at that point. And we only gardened half the year that year because we were getting ready to sell the house. So the systems work, permaculture works. I'll put a link in the description again, half off to you YouTubers. Thank you all very much. And we're still shooting for 15,000 this year. I'm gonna try and keep it up. Things have been a little hard to keep up with my messed up hand here, but 4 more weeks and the cast comes off, and then hopefully I'll be playing guitar again before too long. I did figure out that I can play slide guitar, so I'm psyched about that. My friend Rick said, hey, you could still play slide, so I've been playing slide guitar. Now I'm an old school blues guy again, you know. Why not? I'll just let it roll. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, catch me on the web at thesurvivalgardener.com. And until next time, keep growing. When I hit my finger with a machete, damage my tendons and I'm take off my cast, and hoping my finger gets better at last.